All right, what's up and welcome to a new video talking about Kanye West again, yay. I got a lot of messages about his recent antics, from the Super Bowl commercial to his issue with an employee that he had to the tweets, so many tweets. And I know that this is just like absurd behavior, but I think the reason why so many people contacted me is because I actually already have made a video on Kanye like years ago. Not much has changed, if I'm being honest. He's just given a bigger platform, like the biggest platform of all to advertise on, the Super Bowl commercials. During the Super Bowl, this really weird commercial aired where he was just sitting in a dentist chair and going, a lot, and it directed people to go to his website, Yeezy.com.
So what's up, guys? I spent like all the money for the commercial on these new teeth. So once again, I had to shoot it on the iPhone. Go to Yeezy.com.
This was all powered by Shopify, which also popped up on screen at the end of this clip, and they've had to take a lot of heat because when people go to Yeezy.com, this is what pops up. It was just one t-shirt with a swastika on it, and it was HH-01, which is apparently Heil Hitler. Yeah. I've wanted to make this t-shirt for years, my greatest performance art piece thus far. I mean, that says a lot about you if that's your greatest. But yeah, these were selling for 20 bucks, which is just, you know, another thing, super cheap. He wants people to buy them. I hope no one did. My husband was joking with me saying that I should buy one for the purposes of this video, but I'm not giving money for this. I don't want this to be printed. I don't want it to exist. And I mean, a lot of people got in trouble for this. Fox TV station CEO shares regret for Kanye West Super Bowl ad. We strongly condemn any form of anti-Semitism. So apparently what happened is that's not what he had on his website, and he waited for the commercial to air and then deleted everything he had on the site and replaced it with this singular shirt. So I guess they didn't know. But it's just sort of hard for me to forgive that, you know? Like, knowing who he is and his past and things he said, you shouldn't have that type of person running an ad anyway. As Variety reported, the 30-second spot didn't set off red flags at the time. It was prior to his recent outbursts and the low-budget commercial. In what appeared to be a dentist chair, as West said he was filming it on an iPhone, didn't contain questionable content up until the ad actually ran. The Yeezy.com website featured a Shopify-powered store selection of various non-branded articles of clothing like shirts, pants, and jackets. Nothing that would have been deemed an issue. I'm sorry. They have to have more foresight than this, right? If something can be changed at the last second, you have to have contracts, you have to have something in place to prevent this, or like anybody could do it, you know? And saying that this was submitted prior to his recent outbursts, I mean, like, it wasn't that long ago that he had a million other outbursts that were anti-Semitic, so I just don't buy the excuse. But then after the ad ran, Yeezy.com switched out its merchandise and put up just one item, a swastika t-shirt for sale, $20 each. Yeah, you know, just the Super Bowl is like the biggest place for commercials. Like, that is the known place people actually watch the commercials. At least in my house, we like didn't really watch the game and all paid attention during the commercials. So I just feel like there should be a little bit more oversight. Maybe I'm crazy. On Tuesday, Shopify said the Yeezy shop had been pulled, adding that the website did not engage in authentic commerce practices and violated our terms. West's X profile has been deactivated following days of the rapper posting anti-Semitic, misogynistic, and pornographic posts. He declared that he was a Nazi and called Hitler so fresh, days before his account was shut down. Now, if you go to his website, this is what you see. Shocker. And you know, a lot of people will see stuff like this and think like, oh, this is one outlier, right? This is one person that's just a little bit on the fringe, a little cray-cray. It doesn't represent how a lot of people think. And I'll give you that, I'll agree with you, but I also want to point out that you'd be surprised at how many people will share those thoughts and feelings. I remember that being like the point of the first video I made on Kanye. It was less about pointing out how he's got some issues and more about pointing out the amount of people that showed up to support him, even saying that he should be president. Like, at this point, who knows? And then he went back at it, posting crazy things on Twitter like this. Be clear, you Jewish N-words. Don't run me no more. This is a free country, and this is my free opinion. You abort black children for stem cell abortion is murder, and it's pushed onto the black and Latino communities. which then my husband chimed in with his joke of saying, wait, how did he know that's what we do on the last night of Hanukkah? I should bring David in at the end of this. He has a bad habit of, well, like, I don't know if it's a bad habit. I could say it's a good habit. I guess it depends on the situation of making jokes at like the most inappropriate times. That's also sort of sad, you know, because I've talked to him and he's dealt with like a wild amount of anti-Semitism in his life just because he happens to be Jewish. So seeing stuff like this, you know, it might be crazy to people who aren't familiar with it throughout their life because it's shocking to see someone say things like that. But if you are Jewish and you live that experience, you just encounter it more often, which is depressing and scary. And it's something that I didn't really experience ever, obviously. I'm not Jewish, so I didn't have to deal with that growing up. But now that I am married to him, the amount of hate we got when we got married was insane. We got threats, we got hate comments. I remember we were driving home from our wedding and David opened up his phone and had a long audio message from someone calling him all kinds of names, saying terrible messed up things. Actually, we recorded it. I saved it. I should see if I have that, and I should bring him in at the end of this to react to that message. I don't think it's something I've ever shared. I've never shared it online, so this would be a first. Stay tuned until the end if you want to hear some crazy shit. Okay. But yeah, he has a good habit. Bad habit, good habit, I don't know. You tell me of making jokes in crazy times. And speaking of good habits and bad habits, we all have them, right? But did you know that the flavored air category is quickly becoming an alternative to vaping and smoking? It's a whole new movement to better habits, which brings me to today's sponsor, Fume. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that draws flavor to your mouth, not your lungs. This is not a vape, and it's a great way to satisfy your oral fixation with non-toxic flavors, free from nicotine or vapor, and it's safe to use anywhere. And Fume's design, and I love this part, is more than just about flavor. It's an awesome fidget tool with magnets and clicks that can help calm anxiety. So my favorite flavor is crisp mint. It's refreshing and satisfying without any of the harmful effects you would associate with other habits. So let's recap. We've got non-toxic flavor, guilty-free alternative, no batteries so you'll never have to charge it, freedom from smoke, nicotine, and other toxins, and Fume has already helped over 300,000 people build better habits. Try Fume today, and if you order the Journey Pack now, you can use my code Jaclyn, Jaclyn, which will get you a free Fume topper, which is an awesome accessory to level up your experience. So go to tryfume.com/Jaclyn or click the QR code that's been on screen. Physiology shows, and we all already knew this, that stopping something cold turkey is really hard on your brain. Fume works by replacing your hand-to-mouth fixation, calms the nervous system through fidgeting, and it distracts you from bad habits with delicious flavors. Check the link. There's more info in the description below, and you know, it might distract you from some things, but I don't know that it will distract you from the news. Some things you just can't unhear or unsee. Now, like I said, I made a video on Kanye before, so him and his crazy tweets, that's not a new thing. Here's what he said a few years ago. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jew. And then, of course, one of the big parts of my last video, I'll leave a link to that in the description below too, because I'm going to keep referencing it, but he went on a podcast with Alex Jones. Alex Jones, of all people, he looked like sane next to Kanye. Kanye's under the mask, by the way.
I do love Hitler. I don't really care that much about Hitler. I love him. There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. Yeah, but Nazis are like kind of cool. I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler.
I have never seen Alex Jones look that uncomfortable. Kanye, good job. I mean, that's kind of funny in and of itself, but this is what I'm talking about when the Super Bowl was like, well, you know, it was prior to the anti-Semitic tweets, but it wasn't prior to this. Okay. At what point do you just like not allow someone to air a commercial, especially with a link that could go anywhere or be changed at the last second, for example? And it's not just anti-Semitism. He's over here supporting Diddy. Thank you to my brother. Yay. I guess they started this project before they locked him up. He's also tweeting things like free puff. Other classic statements came out like slavery is a choice. Fat bitches are sex offenders. I see them and I'm sexually offended. Making lingerie for fat bitches is like giving knives to little kids. They gon' hurt somebody. If you find yourself in a fat bitch pussy, just remember it's because you're broke. Yeah. He's a classy man. And then, of course, he's tangled up in a lawsuit now. Kanye West called himself Hitler and was abusive to ex-employee, lawsuit alleges. He told a Jewish employee that he was a Nazi, compared himself to Adolf Hitler, and fired her the day she complained about his behavior. At the bottom here, it says, in January 2024, she suggested West issue a statement condemning Nazism following a criticism that the cover of the album, Vultures 1, used a font style and artwork that has been appropriated by Nazis and white supremacist metal bands. I mean, are we surprised? Are we? I'm a Nazi, West wrote in reply, according to the lawsuit. In another incident last June, the lawsuit alleges West criticized several Jewish employees over text message, complaining about how much money they made before adding, "Welcome to the first day of working for Hitler." At the bottom, his new album, titled Bully, is set to debut in June. You know, you kind of wonder if all this isn't some sort of like super fucked up promo for being a bully. Watch it, he's gonna pull some like Nikocado avocado shit and say, "It was a social experiment, guys. I'm actually a genius. I'm a Nazi," he tweeted, and then he changed his mind and I guess said, "I'm God. Some of my best friends are Jewish and I don't trust any of them." I'm sure you have some very, very close relationships with people who are Jewish. I'm sure they love you. Best friends. I can say Jew as much as I want. I can say Hitler as much as I want. Matter of fact, I do say it when I want. Yeah, no shit. I gotta give Elon his followers for allowing my fuckery. It's a whole new world. I gotta say, Elon's a real N-word for this. I love Hitler. Now what, bitches? Elon stole my Nazi swag at the inauguration. Yo, my guy, get your own third rail. Hitler was so fresh. I cannot believe I'm saying these things out loud, y'all. I'm just reading, okay? I'm just reading. So funny how N-words rapping about killing N-words is not hate, but posting a swastika is hate. Call me Adolf Hitler and your bitch still wants to fuck. My sales doubled since last night. Damn, the world must be racist like me. Ain't nobody ramped up either. I'm calm as ice. This is how I really feel, how I really felt, and how I will always feel. Blah blah, any Jewish person that does business with me needs to know I don't like or trust any Jewish person. And this is completely sober with no Hennessy. Is it? Are we sure? Can we confirm? Oh God. Newsflash, white people and Jewish people are different. You can get money with Jewish people, but they always gonna steal and invite you over to their house on Friday. Shabbat? Okay. White people do not F with ends. They leave that to the Jews if you think you getting money. Okay. Jewish people actually hate white people and use black people. All white people are racist. All you broke ass and oh my God, it's what I can't even. Yeah, I have to stop. Maybe I'm less in shock right now. I mean, you know, I've seen people posting about this, the severity of this. I've seen people showing images from the Holocaust, I guess as a reminder of how devastating it was. I can't believe we're at a place right now where we need to do that to remind people what it is exactly that we're talking about and the severity of it. Part of me, in like a messed up way, wishes people had to be exposed to something like this, like just have to watch like a graphic film or see something to really truly understand how horrible some of these things are, to humanize them. All these people tweeting in support of Kanye, like, I think they need a dose of reality. I'm not saying I want anything bad to happen to them. I just want them to have a full understanding of what the fuck it is that they're exactly saying. I think it's just, you know, too easy to remove yourself from stuff like this. I go to visit my husband's family and they have a cutout Jewish star on their wall that's a reminder of what their family not that long ago had to go through. You know, survivors of the Holocaust. I genuinely cannot believe we're at a place right now where people are in support of a person who says and does things like this, and that even more so that a person like this continues to have a platform to do so. I want to flash back real quick to the video I posted a couple of years ago to remind you. I mean, I showed some earlier of the things that he used to say, but this is just a little bit more of that to paint an even bigger picture of why I'm really just not surprised that he's doing this again, and why, beyond that, I'm frustrated that the Super Bowl didn't think twice about giving Kanye an ad spot.
I see good things about Hitler also.
And the Nazis, in my view, were thugs that shook people down, did a lot of really bad things.
But they did good things too. We're gonna stop dissing the Nazis all the time. I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler.
Like, he had a really cool outfit and stuff, and he was a really good architect. And he didn't kill 6 million Jews. That's just like factually incorrect. Yeah, but Nazis are like kind of cool. I'm actually tired of hearing about the Jews, but I also love Nazis. I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. Germans had a really cool leader at one time. I don't like the word evil next to Nazis. I think the Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that. And Hitler has a lot of redeeming qualities.
So what?
Now, I'm a Nazi, Ari Emanuel. The Zionists cannot tell me who I can love and not love. People have had issues with Jewish people forever. I love Hitler. Played out. Nobody knows who the ADL are. Stop giving them attention. Nobody cares about the ADL. ADL, shut up.
Well, they run on saying, I don't like Nazis, and I don't like what some of the mafias are doing either.
I like Hitler.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to add to that from what I've already said, but the biggest shock of that video that I posted were, like I said, the amount of people that showed up in support of him. He's truly an actual god. I love everything about him. I wish he was president. Love it. Kanye is exposing the truth and we should be thankful for him. This man is always years ahead of everyone else. Brilliant.
Hey man, I'm a genius, all right?
He can't be anti-Semitic. He praises Jesus Christ. Here also was Jewish. Respect for Kanye. When you piss off Hollywood, you're doing the right thing. What happened to freedom of speech? The First Amendment is no longer valid for black people. He said nothing but the truth.
I don't really care that much about Hitler. I love him.
I stand with Yeezy. Nothing wrong with loving everyone. It's always difficult standing alone. You're not alone though, with, 1.8 thousand likes. Honestly, I don't know, man. I think that he's got a little something off. I'm not putting a diagnosis or a label on him, but you know.
It was bad. It was bad for Trump to meet with Nick and Ye.
I mean, if you're in shock that people are supporting him, I see stuff like this all the time. I have a folder of screenshots of weird things I've seen over the years, and I have this thing from back in 2021. It said a school administrator in Southlake, Texas, advised teachers last week that if they have a book about the Holocaust in their classroom, they should also have a book with an opposing perspective. What? I mean, clearly you see it with Kanye. He's a Holocaust denier. So many people are. I remember it was really ingrained into my generation growing up how horrible this was. I guess things are changing. And as comfortable as you might be brushing Kanye off and saying, oh, he's just a nut job, a lunatic on the fringe, ignore him, maybe take it a little bit more seriously, because I see something happening. I've clearly been seeing it happening for years, and I think it might just keep getting worse. And even my husband, who likes to joke about everything, posted something on Instagram the other day that I had him send me, where he's finally starting to get a little fed up.
I just want to say Kanye sucks. It's sort of pissing me off. I don't really talk about that much. I don't know, is it political? It's not political. All I want to say is if you're a Nazi, please unfollow me. You know? I don't really want any Nazis following me.
I'll go ahead and reiterate that. If you're somebody who's watching my channel right now or literally following me on any platform ever, and you consider yourself a Nazi or are in support of Kanye, to any degree, basically, go ahead and unfollow me, unsubscribe, I don't care. Please, move on, because I don't need people like this next guy following me. Now, this is a clip, like I said, when David and I got married, we were driving home from our wedding ceremony, and he got this DM, and we played it, and I was in such shock that we went ahead and recorded it. And I have not listened to it, I have not played it for him since. So I'm gonna call him in here, and we can experience this joy together. Okay, you wanna come in? Can we share this chair?
Yes we can.
You dressed for the occasion?
You know, I actually haven't worn this for long. This is from my bar mitzvah.
Aw.
Yeah, see, it's a little aged. And this is my sister's. I couldn't find mine.
Do you want to watch this clip of what we got sent after our wedding?
Sure.
Do you remember this?
I just want to say Kanye's an asshole.
I played your clip of you in the car.
Oh, yeah. I lost 5 followers that day.
All right, are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. I remember it being a lot.
Mr. Frank, what do you call a kike that's not burning in an oven? A fugitive. Anyway, I did not know you were a Jew. I'm sorry that you are. I don't think you chose that. But here's the thing, man. I'm not a Nazi, you know? I'm a bit of a degenerate myself. But the white nationalists are right about a lot. And the problem is, man, if we don't want these Somali pieces of shit that rape women, these Muslim assholes that rape young girls, grooming gangs, Rotherham, whatever, to destroy our societies, these kikes need to either get out of here or get their fucking heads put on pikes, you know, because the Rothschilds, Adelson, Soros, Rothstein, all of these kikes work together, man. So you might not be a bad guy yourself, but death to the kikes, Heil Hitler, love Hitler, and 1488, brother.
That's a lot. When we put our menorah blow up outside, thanks for including me in your blow up craziness for the holidays. By the time I walked in, people were taking pictures of it. I'm assuming it wasn't anti-Semitic, but
We did have that fear.
And all the people at the torches, we've been harassed is an understatement. That sucks. But just like having equality, we're all regular people. I just have a lineage of this hardship, and I feel tied to it and the traditions and like the people in your family that have their number tattooed on them, and knowing that you have family that lost their lives. And even when you like go and visit and talk with people, like of course they feel bad, and now they're like in lineages. Anyways, all I wanted to say was that Kanye is definitely a gay fish. No, but this is horrible. This kind of putting out stuff like this makes the people that are sort of on the fringe of the bullshit of anti-Semitism feel somewhat heard, or like they're not alone in that. Look, we're just people that have gone through a lot of shit. We're like a line of blood and family and tradition that have been through a lot. And however you want to look at hope or family or tradition, whatever your customs might be, we have some cool ones, like Jewish summer camp. That's a little too much. Any of the stories I tell her.
All the girls you got to make out with.
So many. Yeah, that's my commentary. It was cool to bust out my bar mitzvah talit.
It's so hard for you not to make jokes.
It's
good. It's cute.
It's also a coping mechanism because it's really messed up. Like, I remember on my last tour, there was a bombing at a synagogue in Houston, and my crew didn't want me to say anything on stage about being Jewish because they were worried. Like, I wanted to say it louder and prouder. Like, it's messed up.
Well, thanks for dressing up and speaking your mind.
Have a nice video. Kanye, you suck. I hate you.
And he is a gay fish.
He's definitely a gay
Definitely
fish.
a gay fish.
Is that offensive now? Whatever.
Hey man, I'm a genius, alright? I'm the most talented musician in the world. If I was a homosexual or a fish, I would know.
Can you put the song in? If you can't, I'll just go cover it right now.
Oh, you should. That would be funny and appropriate right now.
So much work.
Because I know that I'm a gay fish.
No, I have to go rehearse for tour.
Gay fish.
Go get
Know
tickets,
that I'm a gay
officialdmf.com.
How does it go?
Yeah,
All the
that's...
lonely nights in the grocery store, in the frozen fish aisle, feeling like a whore.
Yeah, that's
And I had one wish. Something about being a gay fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
All right. Thank you. Love you.
L'chaim.
All right. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thanks to my husband. I'll leave his information in the description below. If you're a Nazi, don't subscribe. Everybody else, please subscribe to this channel, like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Bye.
Now I know that I'm a gay fish, yo. Motherfucking gay fish.